I'm Roniel.
I'm DaRon.
I almost said I was DaRon, but hey, look like DaRon, don't I? Nah, just playing. Anyway, how was the Super Mario movie? I know you've seen it. I would love to hear, and maybe we have to do a review eventually. But how was it?
I'm glad you asked. It was very good for a very specific age group. Okay, so let me rewind really quickly. Did you ever see Megamind?
Mega Mind or Mega Man?
Megamind.
No.
That was an absolutely fantastic movie. It's still an absolutely fantastic movie. It has a main character, Megamind, who starts out as a supervillain, and we get to see him progress because the main superhero dies. And so and he takes over the. I don't want to give any spoilers, so I'm trying to be cautious here. So he takes over the city as a direct result, and you see his plans come to fruition and character growth, all this other stuff. It is like The Simpsons used to be, like SpongeBob used to be, where there's a heavy amount of humor that will appeal to all the different ages. They have jokes that adults will get, they have jokes that the kids will get, they have jokes that teenagers will absolutely love, all that good stuff. That was not Super Mario.
Oh man. Yeah, I contemplating on whether I was gonna go see it or not.
Yeah. Look, your daughters might enjoy it. You will not. At least I. So they had uh Luma or Luna, whatever it is. You know, they have the star that's in Super Mario Galaxy, and it's in there, and it's hilarious, and it is the only funny thing for me as an adult. And even that didn't really interest my teenagers very much because they sat there and saw it and said, "Yeah, but that's played out." I guess I walked away from the whole thing going, that's what I expected. There were little kids behind us. Of course, the theater was very full. The little kids looked like maybe an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old and some other young kids, and they all loved it. In fact, the one who looked like an 8-year-old was sitting going, "That was the best movie ever." And I was just going, "Well, that's because you haven't lived very long." I'm not, you know.
Little little kids are gonna always think those things are great.
That's right. That's right. It was for what it could have been much better. I thought the Assassin's Creed movies were good. Hitman, very good. I enjoyed. My point being, you can take a video game and you can turn it into a good movie, a good television show. For example, Last of Us, right?
Yeah, that's real. You said so there were more than one Assassin's Creed
Uh,
movie? I thought it was only one.
it feels like there were two, but maybe there was just one.
Because I was about to say I liked it, but I didn't like it. Yeah, I only seen this one. So I liked it, but I didn't like it. I really would had wanted them to go through the journey more than this guy being in this hospital or mental place,
Yeah,
finding out who he really was.
yeah,
I'm like, can we get to like just show the journey? Because Assassin's Creed is dope. If I
yes,
ever played the game, it is fire. Like I'm trying to get Assassin's Creed Valhalla or whatever Valhalla.
right.
Like I really want to play that. I like the little Viking stuff. But again, like anybody that played it, the movie was pretty decent. But to me, I just wanted more.
I do agree. It could definitely be done much, much better. I think to me, Hitman did it well because they maintained that character. And yes, Timothy Oliphant or whatever his name is, he's stiff as fuck. I mean, you know.
The first guy, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He was. The second one, I liked that guy. He was.
yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. But the story was good. It was well done in both of them. You watched it and you said, "Yeah, this is like the Hitman video games. The story is very much in the same vein." The Super Mario, they like randomly threw in stuff that it didn't. in my opinion, work out. They tried to justify the video games is what they did. The movie tries to justify the video games. For example, you know how you have Rainbow Road and all that good stuff inside the Mario Kart Racing?
Yep.
They kind of shoehorned that into the movie in that's how you get from one world to another world is through this. I thought that wasn't well done. I don't think they need the movie to justify the games, and I don't think they need the movie to go through every little aspect of every game. Hell, they didn't do Mario Sports or whatever it is. So why do the rest of it? I just anyway.
Dumb, right? Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Well, we know his reaction to that. I'll let DaRon kick off the topic.
Roughly 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was doing my thing, and a client came actually through my business partner from a law firm. Actually, she worked at a law firm as a secretary, I believe it was, for one of the lawyers that we typically work with, and I guess she asked a private, question and was wondering if we could do her a favor and look into a situation she had, someone that she was sort of seeing online. This gentleman was allegedly an American soldier. He allegedly was high up. He was in Afghanistan until recently when he was wounded, and he wound up getting moved to Latakia. And I'm listening to this story. This is all being relayed through my business partner to me. I'm listening to this story and I'm going, "Yeah, that's a scam." He's like, "No, no, no, no. She's known this guy for a long time." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. You don't understand. There are no soldiers in Afghanistan. Why would he have gone from Afghanistan to Latakia if he were wounded? Latakia is in Syria. We're not friendly with that area, and it wouldn't make sense. They'd instead probably send him to Ramstein airport or something like that." And anyway, I'm sitting there going, this is a scam, but have her send what she has. So she sends 2 pictures, right? And these 2 pictures are what, first and foremost, this is very much a German, high ranking German officer. He has that German uniform on, he has the German epaulets, it's very German. And then you see there's a picture of an alleged passport, and I sat there. So my business partner, former Marine, he fought in Vietnam for a number of years, et cetera, et cetera. And I said to him, "When you got your passport, were you in your uniform?" He goes, "No." And I said, "Did you ever take a picture of yourself in a passport in your uniform?" He's like, "No." I said, "Neither. I mean, that's just not something I've ever seen or experienced. My family, when we got our passports, you didn't see any of that. It wouldn't make sense because you don't want to draw that attention to yourself. You want to blend in with the general population, all of this other stuff." And I said it very clearly, this passport has been doctored. This isn't a real passport. Now, the address, accurate. The name and address, also accurate. In fact, the alleged gentleman does in fact live where the passport claims that he does, and he owns several properties in this area. Obviously, for privacy reasons, we have blanked out the name of the poor individual from Ohio. But the point being, this is a German officer. He's in a German uniform, even in the U.S. passport. That's a German uniform. But why would you be in those? They look to me like the German equivalent of the Class A's, which not the kind of, again, thing you would take your passport picture in.
And why would you be in that in America?
Right. Well, that's the thing. See, and that was my big thing. And I said this to my business partner, and he said, "Yeah, that uniform didn't look like an American uniform." Now, granted, he hasn't been in the military in a long time. Vietnam happened a long time ago. Uniforms have changed dramatically. Troop movements have obviously changed dramatically. He was like, "Yeah, it didn't add up to me either." But what got more interesting, at least to me, was this video. So we have this video.
To view the gold which is destined for you. So bear with me as I show you the gold. Okay, there is the gold in door bar form. Okay, there's one bar, and there are 2 kilogram bars. Okay, so I trust that you're satisfied with that. I need to return them to the vault, so thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
I don't know how the gold allegedly enters into the equation, but he tried the whole, I have this gold, I need to move it. In order to move it, I need you to give some money. She gave $100 to him, which apparently didn't make him very happy. And then he disappeared. And that's actually where we got brought in, because he disappeared. Not because she was a little suspicious for a little while, but that's not why we got involved. We got involved because he disappeared, and now she's going, okay, well, now I want to know what's going on. I want to know if he's safe, any of that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I have found over and over and over again from people who experience most of these online dating scams, when it's targeted against women, and we talked previously about the difference between the two, but when it's targeted against women, usually the spidey senses kick in and something doesn't feel right. I don't know many cases where that has come out wrong, meaning if it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right.
I mean, there's a lot of cases where it doesn't feel right, but people don't get the red flags. That's just like in your relationship. When you first meet somebody, you really think that there's something, but then you don't really notice the signs. So
Right. And I'll just add to this. If you think that the person you are involved with is scamming you, and maybe they haven't even asked for money yet, you can always take the images, some of the pictures, and search Google. So you can go to Google Images and then just drag and drop your image into Google Images, and it will search by that image, and you'll probably come up with a hit. You'll probably find similar pictures and then be able to hunt that back to figuring out maybe who this person really is. Like the gentleman in this case happened to actually be very high up in the German army. He led their Panzer division for a little while. He They just took a picture that they got online. They doctored it, edited it. He's a big enough name. They could find multiple pictures, and they sent them to her. So,
yeah, but was this guy the actual guy, or it was somebody they took?
oh, it was someone they took. Yeah, they were just they. I, I can't even say they stole his identity. They just took his pictures, and then they took the name. They probably went to a phone book or something like that, found the name of some people who live in the United States, so that they had the name and address, and combined the two. So he had this American name, he had an actual address. You could look up his address, and now you say he's a soldier, so oh well, that's why you can't just call him and contact him out of the blue. You have to go through this. And anyway, it's a lot of work for not much return, in my opinion. But
Yeah, they got really pissed off at the $100, huh? They was expecting her to give her thousands, huh?
yep, that's exactly right. Have to move to gold, and I'm injured.
Yeah, no, this is not a good story. They could have came up with something better. I just look at the like, are you serious? You know, they would have been even funnier if she sent him $1.
That would have been.
Yeah, like, hey, got you $1. See what you can do with that. But no, definitely pay attention to the signs. If anybody's asking you for money, you don't know them, don't trust it. I mean, there's even been scams with people in jail
Yeah.
and they're hitting you up for money, but normally it's somebody that's stole their page, hacked their page, and they're asking for money. Like you got to watch out for all of it. Anybody that's asking for money you don't know, no, don't do it. You know, and move far away from it. So that's my opinion. But I don't know if you have any more, Duran. Well, this has been our episode. Like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes like this one. And until the next time.
Have fun.